Major Arcana Breakdown. The Fool. The Fool indicates the beginning, be it spontaneous or thought out. It can also indicate naivety or acting in a foolish manner. Perhaps not thinking things through and taking unnecessary risks. The Magician. The magician is the representation of ability and resources. Practice is required for an unskilled magician to get skilled at his craft. Once perfectly attuned to his craft, he is capable of taking advantage of his skills. The High Priestess. The High Priestess is the personification of intuition and the subconscious, equally meaning unseen things and the need to follow your inner voice. She embodies self-balance, remaining steadfast on what she knows to be true, and take action accordingly. The Empress. The Empress is the epitome of femininity, fertility, and abundance. With patience, she is able to nurture things back to good health or into existence. She also symbolizes creativity, beauty, and even pregnancy. The Emperor. The Emperor is the representation of authority and structure. Like any good structure, strength is in its flexibility. When ego gets out of control, things can get unvarying and rigid. The Hierophant. The Hierophant represents spirituality, whether it be in teacher form or within the self. Equally, he symbolizes traditional ways. When too stuck in his views, he could stand to challenge his own beliefs. The Lovers. The Lovers essentially is about love, relationships, and being in union with self or others. Still, at its core, this card is about a choice with long-lasting ramifications. It can equally mean to be mindful of what is being offered and use discernment. The Chariot. The Chariot represents forward movement or momentum by influence. At its core, it's about determination, drive, and self-control. If control or momentum is lost, seek self-control, course correction, and redirection. Strength. Strength was originally called fortitude. This card symbolizes the strength of the mind as much as it is about courage. It can equally depict patience and self-discipline. In some instances, it can signify compassion. The Hermit. The Hermit indicates introspection or the journey towards enlightenment. It can also indicate the need to be alone or the passage through an unknown with only your truth. It can also warn of withdrawal or loneliness. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is a turning point and holds the element of change. It signifies luck, karma, the fates, and destiny. Although change is a mist, no one can tell when it will arrive. Justice. At its roots, justice is about truth as well as cause and effect. It can signify a win over a legal issue. Undoubtedly, it holds fairness over an injustice. The Hanged Man. The hanged man at its core represents self-sacrifice, as the man's face is solemn. Still, it can represent delays or restrictions, perhaps self-made. This card can also indicate a need for a new perspective or a need to let go. Death. Death represents the ending of a cycle. It can issue in transformations in your life as well as yourself. It translates that the transition from a known to an unknown can be scary. Temperance. Temperance encompasses balance, patience, and moderation. Additionally, it can mean the process of purposeful dilution to create something new. It's a reminder of the importance of integration. The devil. At its essence, the devil is about complacency. It equally represents temptation, addiction, and materialism. It shows we can escape if we dare. The Tower. The Tower suggests sudden change or a revelation. It can indicate an undesired upheaval. It also reminds us that change happens whether we want it to or not, and oftentimes for our betterment. The Star. The star is about pure alignment with the self, mind, body, and soul, and the material world. Moreover, it indicates hope and renewal. It can also ignite your spiritual path. The Moon. The moon highlights fears and doubts, specifically in an unknown or that which we create in our minds. It asks us to be still whilst in a contemplative state. It also reminds us to rein in our illusions. The Sun. Rightfully called the happiest card in tarot, the sun brings the warm rays of renewal and joy. It depicts self-confidence, triumph, and positive times ahead. It also reminds us to embrace and delight in each moment as they come. Judgment. Judgment is regarded as the resurrection card, bringing us or something back to life. It can ask us to breathe existence back into a part of us or a project. It reminds us to listen to our inner calling and rise up to meet a challenge. The World. The world indicates the completion of a cycle to begin another. It symbolizes success or an accomplishment. Additionally, it can mean travel. Although the core meaning of each card stand true, it's vital to use intuition, the imagery of the deck being used, the surrounding cards, and the energy brought forth to interpret what Spirit is trying to convey. Strengthen your intuition during each reading by seeing additional clues that a reader may have missed during a general reading.